In a moment, I'm going to have you pause the video and create a diagram like the one we created for the last problem. I want to just point out, I've gotten you started on that. So first of all, we had the positions at these four important times, 0, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and 2 pi. I just plugged into a calculator and got decimal approximations of those. I know that root 3 is about 1.7. I know that pi is about 3.14. But it's a little bit tedious. I wanted to be able to get a picture that was relatively to scale. I also added the value at pi, because when we calculated when we were speeding up and slowing down, that changed at some of these important points that we already had, but it also changed at time pi. At time pi, our position is just sine of pi is 0 plus half of pi is pi over 2, and that's about 1.57. Okay. So then here's my number line on which I marked off all of these positions. I didn't measure things exactly, but I used the decimal approximations to get things roughly to scale. So what I want you to do is draw that diagram that's going back and forth just a little bit above here, so that we can see the path that this particle is traveling, and find some way of including this information about where we're speeding up and where we're slowing down. I recommend color coding if you've got easy access to colors, but you can use words or different types of, like a squiggly line versus a very solid line, or even a dotted line. Find some way of including this information as well. Okay, so I'm going to just go through and plot these points. P of 0 was 0. So we're here, and I'll just label that that's where we are when time is equal to 0. Now we said until we hit time 2 pi over 3, we were moving in the positive direction, so we were moving to the right, and we move there until we get to root 3 over 2 plus pi over 3, which is what I'd marked here. So we'll come to here, and that's where we'll be at time t equals 2 pi over 3. Okay, then we changed direction. So I kept up here this sign that told me the sign, or this number line that told me the sign of velocity. That's really the one that we're depicting in this picture here. All right, then until we hit time 4 pi over 3, we were moving to the left, and we ended up at negative root 3 over 2 plus 2 pi over 3. So we're going to come to the left until we hit that point, and that's where we'll be at time t equals 4 pi over 3. And then we were going to move back to the right until time 2 pi, when we were at a position of pi. So this is where we are at time t equals 2 pi. Just going to add some arrows to show that we were going right, then left, then right. Okay. Now, I'd like to add my point at time pi, because then I'm going to color code this to indicate when we're speeding up and when we're slowing down. So pi was in between 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3, so that's on this leg of the trip. And at that time, we were at position pi over 2. So this is time t equals pi, lined up above position pi over 2. Okay, so now I can color code. I'm going to let speeding up be in red. So that was from 2 pi over 3 to pi. And that was also from 4 pi over 3 to 2 pi. So those sections of the curve I've drawn in red to show that we're speeding up. Slowing down, that was from 0 to 2 pi over 3, so that initial section of curve, and then between pi and 4 pi over 3, so this little section right here. All right, there's our diagram.